Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we get the combo set from Miniart. It's a combo because we get the figurines together with the field kitchen, and well, the name is quite telling. It's a Kleine Feldkuche, and as you can see, Hf.14 with a crew. In 1/35 scale, it might be handy for some diorama ideas, and what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of this release, so it means you will be getting exactly the same stuff as what you will see in this video review, and you can even order it right now. The kit number is 53011 and it's available in Modeli Max. So the box art tells us that we should get 4 figurines and this field kitchen and also some of the accessories, even the goose is included here. And the box size is rather typical, so here you can see comparison with my hand. And also here on the side we have the safety advices and the address of the manufacturer, while opposite side also shows you the field kitchen and also some of the tools which are included here in the kit. So also here on the box it's written that there are 4 figurines with a field kitchen, and of course it's not a toy, and it's a top opening box. Here's what we have inside. As you can see, all parts they're sealed together into one plastic bag, and there is also an assembly manual on the bottom, which is quite interesting because it's printed in color. I would say it's unusual for Miniart figurine sets, so we're gonna see what has changed here and what is actually new. So now I'm trying to cut through the plastic bag because it's a sealed plastic bag. That's why it's a bit tricky to get the right angle. So just give me a moment. And I'll take out all of the plastic sprues. And okay, so we are going to start with the figurine parts, and then gradually we'll move on to the field kitchen and some other tools. So as you can see here we have the cook, and I guess that's the one which is cutting the wood, because we have the axe here, and also of course the position is predefined, so you won't be able to change much. And there are also no guiding elements except for this log, but the torso, as you can see, is molded as a single piece part, so basically you don't need the guiding elements. It's more about how the hands will be aligned with the body, and this is quite important so that you avoid the toy soldier look. So pay attention to this and try the dry fitment first before gluing everything in place. Next we continue with cook. So here, as you can see, we have even the hat molded separately, which is quite good because it will help you with the painting process. And also we have some of the tools so here, and the surface details, they are looking good. And here from the opposite side you can see again no guiding elements whatsoever, but again the position is predefined, so there is nothing much to change, but I guess this is somewhat expected in such a kit molded in plastic. Next we continue with something what I was interested to see, to be honest, because here we have the guy which was holding the goose in hands, and as you can see the legs are molded separately. This is quite funny. And of course the body of the goose is molded together with the hands, from what I can see. Well, the hands are here and you will have to glue them around the goose. Next we also have here another soldier, so here we have him in a predefined position as well, but you can notice also the torso, it should be assembled out of several elements, and again there are no guiding elements whatsoever. So do not hurry with these figurine sets, because usually they are easy to assemble, but they are also quite tricky in how you align the parts, because it's really quick to notice if you did something wrong. Next we also have some kitchen equipment, and this is really great of Miniart that they actually provide it in the package. You don't have to get it anywhere separately, and of course you don't have to use everything at once, so it might be handy in some future projects as well. And as you can see the quality is top-notch, so that's why I'm saying it's a really good addition for your diorama projects. Next we continue with some first parts for the various kitchen parts, and as you can see here we have some subframes, and they are molded as a single piece parts, what will ensure the proper alignment of those tabs together. because some brands would make them separate parts, but here we get them in the sub-assemblies. Next we continue with the wheels, also some of the leaf springs for the suspension. Here we have the towing hooks, and again some thin parts are in place, so do not hurry with this. It's better to use the plastic saw with such parts, because usually with the cutters I'm getting them broken, but here you get them with the plastic saw in a bit more clean cut, and I think it will speed up the assembly process and also help you avoid unnecessary frustration, because otherwise you might end up with the damaged parts and it's really difficult to replace them or fix them due to their size and thickness. So that's why I try to be extra careful. And if we are talking about the field kitchen, here it is. So all of the parts are here, and well, this is the boxy assembly, so that's why we have the separate panels. What is interesting is that we get some pre-molded features or casting here. So this is something of a good material for weathering ideas, so definitely replicate some scratches or maybe paint chips. But as you can notice, all of the parts are molded in as big, let's say, sections as it is possible, and I think it's a good approach to the design. And here you can also see some of the guiding elements, so we have the guiding tabs which will help you to position them properly, again because it's a box, to be aligned properly, because well, if the alignment will not work, it will be noticeable and you won't be able to finish this project. But here it's more or less okay. And what is nice is that this thing is provided, because it will not be empty box inside. Next we also have the small Ziploc bag with the PE parts, and PE parts obviously will be needed for the kitchen utensils, so just give me a second to take it out. And these are very tiny, so that's why be sure to have the sharp pointed tweezers and maybe also the PE cutting tool, because otherwise you might end up with lost parts, and those are really difficult to replicate. And I think it's nice to have them on your build, especially in 1/35 scale. It will just give some neat things which are always fun to notice. Next we continue with assembly manual. As I said, this one is somewhat different from what we saw in such diorama sets from Miniart, because usually they had the assembly manual printed in black and white. Here we have it in color, and it's a thin brochure. So here we have the marking guide, let's say, for the field kitchen. Also we continue with the markings for various items. We have the parts map here, and well, the assembly process basically starts even here, because it's shown how to combine the PE parts with the cup. And here you can see how the field kitchen is assembled. So as I was saying, it's a matter of combining these separate panels together. And again, as we discussed, this cooking pot, it is included inside, so it's not just emptiness inside, and you can open the top hatch, and it's quite handy. Next we continue also with the suspension being installed under the kitchen. We can also use some additional items. As you can see, they are marked as the assembly options. And next page shows us the marking guide for the figurines, and also the parts map overall, and colors chart for the figurines as well. So this is the parts map for the figurines, by the way. So overall I think it's a really cool idea for a 1/35 scale build, and it should be already available, as I said, in Modelimex. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.